You spent real money on other men in your past before?
No.
Look at me in my eyes.
No. I'm telling you no.
What's the most you ever spent on another man before?
Almost 100,000 on a watch. I'll never do that again.
What you mean? So.
All right, my dear audience, we are back for yet another lesson of why you should never wife up a bop. For a bop will always be a bop, and you as a man will have to feel the utter consequences of that. All right, we'll call this Bop Training 101. Nevertheless, for today's conversation, we have female rapper Coi Leray, who's really not that popular for her actual music. She doesn't really sell anything. Nevertheless, she's more popular for like her presence, right? Her social media presence. She's more of an influencer now. Nevertheless, this young lady apparently just had a kid like less than a year ago by a rapper with face tattoos by the name of Trippie Redd. That relationship apparently is already over, and she's in another relationship with, I guess, another social media influencer by the name of Justin LeBoy. Now, it will forever interest me the mindset and the behavior and the attitude of a young man that chooses to become in a relationship with a young lady who just had a kid. The damn sutures are still wet on the wound from exit of 9-pound, 8-ounce baby out of that vaginal crevice, but apparently you are okay getting a new relationship and raising another man's child as a young man. It will forever never make sense to me, but if you continue to assess the currently feminized masculine male as it exists within society today, you begin to understand some of their decision and behavior patterns. Nevertheless, it's interesting, took a turn when there was a challenge of body count, when there was also a challenge of what does it mean to cheat on somebody in a relationship. We're going to head over to Poetic Flacco's channel for this one to get active. So without further ado.
This podcast is currently destroying Coi Leray's relationship. Before this podcast she did with her boyfriend for Valentine's Day, they were a couple goals and the internet loved them. After the podcast, her boyfriend is now public enemy number one when it comes to women, but when it comes to men, we feel for him because he was realizing in real time he may have wifed up a bop. One of the clips during this podcast that's currently causing a gender war online is when they were discussing what cheating is.
What do you consider cheating?
Liking photos is cheating.
Dog.
Why are you shaking your head?
I don't think that's cheating.
Why?
I don't think liking a photo is cheating. That's
why though?
That's cheating.
Tell me why you don't. I don't want to cheers to that. Why?
Because you could be scrolling on your page and accidentally like a picture.
Accidentally double tap, right?
Tell me the
you
truth.
don't have to double tap. If you go like this and it's the like
Okay,
part
so
of the,
so listen.
like,
so this is the
if you go
problem.
like this,
So this is the problem.
look.
Okay, I need you to comprehend what we're talking about.
No, I'm saying, but you could.
If you accidentally like something, what are you saying?
You know,
Liking photos is cheating.
You have to.
I don't give a if it's on accident.
Whoa.
An important life skill that I feel like everybody.
First off, it's not cheating. Could it be seen as disrespectful? I can absolutely understand that point. And in fact, I think that every new couple should have a foundational conversation in what is stepping outside of comfortability boundaries. I think that that's fair. But however, there's two things going on here. Number one, you're talking to a young lady who is a bird. So birds don't have the mental fortitude or capability to use logic. The majority of her responses are going to be based in what she feels. And it's something that is tolerated and in fact cute when seen in kids and shit like that. But the thing is that, and I call this the Tinkerbell syndrome, these young girls never grow up. They have adult women bodies, but they have the mindset of children. Because somebody please tell me how you can have any type of thought in regards to what is cheating on your profile, men liking photos, when this is your profile. Are you telling me that all 442,000 people that like this photo are cheating? Let's say whatever percentage of this, let's just say 20% of this is men that are liking this photo. It's probably a lot higher than that. But are 20,000 men cheating on their girls, if they have girls, by liking photos of you presenting sexuality, sensuality, and your body on the internet? If you feel that liking a photo is cheating, then how should Justin LeBoy feel about you posting photos like this? No, that's the first problem. The second problem is, why does this man not have backbone enough within his relationship to challenge this young lady? She purposefully gets as naked as what she can to post these photos, yet he has to come from a position of accidentally liking a photo, ergo accidentally cheating, so therefore it should not be considered as such. By the way, this is the father of her child. What fine decisions this young lady makes in life, right? And especially within her womb, right? Wild work.
Body must acquire at some point is you have the discernment to realize when somebody is just talking. Leray is just talking in this situation. Leray is an entertainer. If cheating was liking somebody's picture on Instagram, Leray wouldn't have a career. Leray is a literal entertainer. So what? She's saying all the male fans who ever liked her picture, they're cheating?
Good point. That's my point.
Obviously not, right?
Look, if I go like this, look, babe, can you look at me?
It's cheating.
Look.
Cheating.
You could hit the like
Cheating.
button by accident.
You can hit the cheating button. Any like that you hit on any page is fucking cheating.
Oh, this is so pathetic.
Respectfully.
Hey, yo, you with her, you with us.
Then the conversation began to pivot to some weird territories that made a lot of people uncomfortable. Justin the LA Boy began to grill Leray about her past relationship. Now, the way he's framing the question made a lot of women unhappy, or how he's
of course, because he's holding her accountable.
Unhappy, but the men
Look
watching this, we began to understand very quickly where Justin the LA Boy was trying to get at, or what he was trying to figure out about his girl. And every answer Leray gave him was a red flag from any man watching.
What's the
Dog,
bogus thing?
before we get into the questions, what's also very interesting about this, like if you take a look at Justin LeBoy's Instagram account, almost 7 million followers, but what's super interesting about this is that the majority of his posts are text, right? You typically don't see this. And these texts get a wild amount of views and an even wilder amount of likes. So you could argue that what this man uploads, he speaks for a lot of people. He speaks for a generation. I'm going to say it's more Gen Z because I believe he's younger. He's probably way younger than me. But what's also interesting about that is that he's followed by majority women. If I had time, I would do a ChatGPT analysis on all of his posts. And I think ChatGPT could probably come up to a nice little summary of the state of the modern woman today. You left a good girl for what? To flirt with temporary women? To feel free? To fuck bitches? You're laughing my ass off. You men are so dumb, I don't get it. So I find it interesting that the women gravitate to this content, and you're looking at him on a podcast get disrespected. You're looking at him on a podcast be oddly weak, right? In addressing, well, it might change here in a quick second, but they begin to hate on this man at the point that he does something that they never want them to do. Hold them accountable, pointing a mirror up to their face and addressing the bullshit.
Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
They love to point a finger at a man and call them narcissists without ever addressing where they may have been at fault.
What's the brokest thing a man has ever done for you on Valentine's Day?
I don't think I was ever in a relationship on Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Every man understands what that face means. I'm not saying it's valid. I'm just saying we understand what that face means. That face means, man, huh?
Huh?
Hold on, bro.
You was a bop every
So
Valentine's Day?
You let guys just hit it with no commitment? Like they ain't have to lock in for Valentine's Day? Like, how, what? When a man gets with a woman, we brainwash ourselves to think that she's unattainable. We put her on this pedestal that's so up here that we tell ourselves, oh, bro, I'm just lucky to get her. Like, bro, no man can ever, like, obtain her. Like, oh, my God, like, she is, like, precious.
It ain't yours. It's just your turn.
But then once a woman begin to reveal certain things such as, man, like these men treated me like trash. Man, these men just used me for my body. They hit it and quit it.
Yeah.
You know, these men ain't ish. They ain't never done nothing special for me.
Come on.
You're letting a man know that you're not this unattainable, precious gem that
Value
he thought you were.
plummets.
No, you're like somebody with low value who was getting passed around, who was getting used and abused by random men who never had to commit. So now he feels a little bad about his commitment because he's like, hold on, like these men never got to, what? Like these men never like was required to treat you well on Valentine's Day? What? That's what he's realizing in real time, and that's what that face means.
Man.
Every guy understands that face the minute we see it. Women don't really understand it, which is why the tone of the conversation pivots, and he starts to get what women would say is a little disrespectful. I think I seen one comment where somebody says, yo, Corey, this is not how a man who values and, you know, and who views you as precious and unattainable and on a pedestal talks to you. This is not how a man who's absolutely head over heels speaks to you.
I don't think so. No.
Don't say I don't think so.
No, I haven't. No.
I'm your first Valentine ever?
You're my first Valentine.
Oh!
Damn.
I think so. If I did.
Don't say I think so. I'm tired of I think so.
Ever?
I'm tired of you're thinking. Think deeply.
Because the most I've ever seen.
We tell you on this channel, look at their background, baby. You see what she's messing with. I messed with chicks before, and at the point that they begin to talk about the types of dudes that they dated previously, the stock market just takes you crash worse than 2008, baby. Way worse than 2008. I was like, damn. Like, I had an image about you in my mind, but that's actually not who exactly that you are. And honestly, what can mess us up a lot of times is what they look like. Why do we establish beauty with purity? I used to make that mistake as a young man. Like, and I tell you guys, my inability to separate beauty with purity, and there's an effect. It's called the halo effect. It's a widely known psychological term where we establish good traits to high level of aesthetics. And he's doing that. He fell into that hook, line, and stinker. But to be the runner-up new father of a man that had face tattoos and to find out that you ain't never had like no one valued you enough, or you didn't value yourself enough to get it popping with these dudes with any type of retention, right? Like that's got to be a lot to receive live on a podcast. Let's go.
I don't think I've ever been in a relationship on Valentine's Day, but I did receive Valentine's gifts on Valentine's Day, and the most I've received was some balloons or stuff. I don't let niggas buy me stuff.
Well, how could you say the most you ever received was some balloons or something, but you never had a Valentine's at the same time?
I said I never was in a relationship and made it to Valentine's Day in a relationship.
So you was...
Yeah.
I never made it to a relationship.
Rotated.
I've only been in 2 relationships. And
No. We're not going to do that.
go to the question. Go to the next question.
That's what I'm saying.
Go to the next question.
Accountability is a thing.
We can take accountability, but you gonna sit there.
You let niggas play in your face during Valentine's Day, but in January they had a good time. December, like, then they spun back in March. Like, what? Let me know, honey.
He's not treating you like you on a pedestal, Coy. He's not a real man. Because he's using logic. How dare he use logic? How dare he judge your past decisions, your past mistakes, how you've used your womb in the past. How dare he consider these things when trying to figure out if he should take you seriously. How dare he? It's always the man's fault. It's always the man who led to the end of the relationship. Because he's a narcissist.
I don't care.
Of course.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
She's embarrassed. You see that look, babe? I don't care. She's
care.
embarrassed. And I think maybe she realized in real time that she kind of unveiled the curtain back a little too much. Like, men, we will ask certain things and we want to know certain things, but we don't want to know certain things. Like, I don't want to know. Like, I might ask you a question like about your past, right? I would rather hear a woman tells me, oh, all my exes was head over heels for me. Oh, they will bend over backwards and do whatever I wanted them to do. Oh, they worship the ground I walked on. It just didn't work out. I would rather a woman tell me that than a woman tells me, bruh, these dudes was using me for my body.
Was eating and skeeting.
Like, and they really do nothing for me. And they were like, and they were like having me, deal with 20 other women. And I was just one of the, like the women on his roster. And he wouldn't commit to me. And he told me he like wanted me to be his girlfriend, but he never asked me. And he kept me on a rope for.
Yeah, but
I would rather hear all the men in your life worship the ground you walk on, so I feel good about worshiping the ground you walk on. But once you tell me, man, bro, I'm the first sucker, I'm the first good guy now.
dog.
Justin LA Boy is realizing and regretting it in real time.
Yo.
And Coy is doing the same, man. Right?
Yeah, but here's
women,
also the thing is that at least he's finding out at some point. Like it's odd that he has to find all this out on a public podcast, but at least he's finding out now. But the thing is that I have no sympathy for him because he contributes to the exact same culture that these women stew in. He creates content for them. He has them revel in their drama and their toxicity, never holding them accountable. And now we're seeing actively how that type of weak, pathetic, non-standard behavior is working out for him. Yes, your past matters. No matter how much these rappers talking about licking, flicking, sticking, right? Money make me come, money, all this other shit that they do in their music videos. The way things work on the internet or the way things work in music is not how things work in the real world. In the real world, a man does not want to pay a high cost for a low value woman. Makes no sense. It's not even how economics works.
Is listen to this podcast and their reaction is entirely different. Like, they looking at Justin LA Boy as if he's a piece of work, as if he's a piece of ish. Okay? Now, the conversation gets weirder, even more weird, right? Like when Justin LA Boy then begins to inquire more about her exes, right? And what she has done for them. And then he begins to make comparisons between how she treats him.
Oh, no.
Spending money on men only sounds bad to women who don't got no money.
I'll get you whatever you want.
No. Don't talk about me. You spent real money on other men in your past before?
No.
Look at me in my eyes.
No. I'm telling you no.
What's the most you ever spent on another man before?
Almost 100,000 on a watch. I'll never do that again.
What you mean? So
Now, this where as a man, I got to call out Justin LA Boy. This is a sassy question, man. This is a sassy. Men are supposed to provide. Asking us women, like, how you buy them this, but you ain't never buy me? That's sassy, right? As a sassy question. Even his face, he's 100,000. I ain't never got no 100,000.
Whoa.
Now, a red flag here, I would say that one thing he should really hone in on and just put it in the back of his mind, when you ask her, have she ever spent real money on another guy? She said, nah. And then you asked her, how much have she spent in one city? She said 100,000. And that was the watch that she bought for Trippie Redd. Then, while simultaneously saying she's never been treated well on Valentine's Day. She's never had a relationship.
But gave him
on
a
Valentine's
baby.
Day. So she bought a dude a $100,000 watch, and he ain't even have the decency to give her something on
Made her a
Valentine's Day.
father.
Okay, first off, that's terrible. Second of all, you lied. Now, like, Leray ain't no billion. Now, if Jeff Bezos say, man, I ain't never spent no real money on a woman. I only spent 100,000.
Right.
He's a billionaire. But Coyle Ray ain't rich enough for her to say that 100,000 ain't no money. She know that's money, bro. But she lied. Now, despite her lying, though, Justin LA's boy's reaction is inexplicable. It's indefensible. He got into a sassy bag, bro. Bro started acting like a bad bitch who found out that her man bought his last girlfriend a Birkin bag and buying her a LV bag. This man got to begging and pouting.
Oh, trust me, I learned my lesson. You don't got to tell me.
So you went broke when you met me?
I never went broke, baby.
Give me a strawberry, baby. Give me a strawberry. Cause like, why would you spend 100,000 on another nigga who ain't treat you as good as me?
Why I would go
But
broke
then
if I
don't spend 100,000 on me.
What you mean?
Let me get a strawberry.
I spent a lot of money on you. You want to see my
You ain't
statements?
spent 100,000 on me.
I spent a damn
You spent
near.
100,000.
Nigga,
This is the equivalent of saying,
Dog.
you let him hit the first night, but you made me wait 3 months, and I treated you better than he? Regardless of how valid we think it may sound in our head, it always comes off. It never comes off as well as we think it sounds in our head. This is just a bad look.
Jeez, hold on. Come here, you want strawberry? You want me to check the motherfucking receipts? You want me to
Please
call
check
the
'em.
motherfucking accountant?
You think you spent the same on me than you spent on the niggas in your past?
Why are you worried about niggas in my
I'm
past?
not, but if you spent 100 on them niggas, you better spend $1 million on me.
Dog,
Baby.
this is so crazy. I actually didn't know it was going to get this crazy. I can't even count the amount of L's that this young man has taken within this conversation. But, you know, there is a cathartic feeling to understand the way that he thinks and the way that he conducts his Instagram profile, and that being the breeding ground for so many of these women that have a Coyle Ray type mindset, and to have that behavior or set of values blow back in his face like this in 4K is crazy. The real problem here is not that she invested in or spent money on, you know, another man in the past, but it's him scrambling and trying to figure out why she has not spent that much on him. And the way that he's phrasing these questions is within an effort to gain control again. But did you guys watch what she just did over here? I can't even bear to watch it. This is called domination and control. Work with me here. She sucked all of the juice from the back of that strawberry and then gave him the scraps. As if to say, bitch, I'm in control of this shit. Don't you understand the hierarchy here? I'm the star. I'm the one who can go naked on the internet. I'm the one that can put my asshole out on the internet streets and have men like that shit all day and it not be cheating. And you are deemed as insecure if you say anything against that. Meanwhile, if you like some shit, your ass is grass. Here, let me take all of the nougat out of this strawberry and have my dirty scraps, you frail, weak man. This is beyond masculation, baby. This is a whole nother level. All right, let's see what the young...
But if you spent 100 on them
The young
niggas,
woman does.
You spend $1 million on me.
Baby.
Get up and feed me, matter of fact. Fuck that. Get up and feed
She ain't gonna-
just little boy. Treat me like the
She
king.
ate it. Oh.
Tender? Babe, you think I'm tender?
You're very tender.
Mother, I'm insane. I'm not tender.
You are insane and in tender. And
What makes you think I'm tender? I ever showed tenderness before?
This is the emotionality of men that these women always say that they want. Adam, just be more just be more tender. Be more in control of your emotions. Right? Tell me what you feel. Tell me what. This is what it looks like, ladies. Is the idea of an emotional man? Is it still holding up the same? All right.
With who or what?
Dog,
with me, you're
she-
tender every day.
She
You're a
ate
tender
the
nigga.
strawberry. That's
You're a chicken tender.
whoa.
Clean that up. No, clean that up.
I'm saying.
Clean that up. Real shit.
No.
The thirds is watching.
Nah, baby, you're a chicken tender for real.
You think I am? What made me chicken tender for you?
I think that you're chicken tender because you the type to tell me like I brought you a plastic plate the other day. I made you steak. I made you whatever, turkey burgers or eggs or whatever, and I put it on a plastic plate. And you told me that the plate was flimsy and all kinds of shit. You was complaining about the plastic plate.
What that got to do with me being
That's
tender?
mad tender.
Yo.
All right, I don't care. You're not tender then.
By the way, that was a cut. Like, that was a
because
literal
it got
cut
serious
in the interview. Meaning, like, her calling him tender led to an argument, which is why, like, when they cut, she's like, all right, bro,
Yeah.
like, all right, cool, bro, like, I don't care no more. Bruh. Now, for men, we understand just the LA boy, we relate, man.
Dog, you know what's crazy about that is I low-key kind of agree with her. I actually prefer I prefer the plastic, baby. Give me the plastic and the paper. All right, I ain't dealing with that real shit. The real shit hurts your teeth, and then you got to clean the plates. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, I'm being facetious within that to a degree. Right, there's a little bit of truth that's within there. But Flacco is 1,000% right. He then lost frame again. He lost control. He wore his emotions out on his sleeve. Right, and here's the thing, guys, is that when the guy is the more emotional one, then the behavior that we see from Okoye is what you're going to get, all right? Much more masculine, much more domineering. She's the one that is obviously in control, and I'll bet you she ain't act like that with Trippy, baby. She ain't act like that. She wasn't acting like that from Trippy. But she is an alpha widow, right? In a sense of is she was with somebody that she treated more affectionately, spent more money on. Trippy had his baby, right, with the young man. Right, that didn't work out probably because he ain't gonna tolerate her baby-like tendencies, her kid-like shit. Moved on. He's out here living his life, and she forever thinks about and or regrets how that situation, right? But at the same time, she got hurt by that man, right? So she's gonna now revert and find the complete opposite, which, you know, is pillow tender soft. Okay. And also from an entertainment perspective, right, it probably is also a great look for her because his audience of women is directly her audience from an influencer, if not a music perspective. So there's value within this collaborative effort, if they want to call it a relationship. It is what it is. But this is exactly what happens when you take a narrative, right? The narrative of men being tender or it's okay to emasculate them, right? And you have a young man and an influencer that creates a career off of that, and him then being hit with reality, him then being hit with female biology, right? Him being hit with the bullshit that he pushes forward actually doesn't work in the real world. If the young man was to watch content on this side of the internet as opposed to grift over on his side of the internet, perhaps he wouldn't have gotten this embarrassed because he would have been able to identify the red flags early as opposed to signing up to being the father of a bastard child. But unfortunately for that young man, he's attached his name to this, his time, he's invested into this, and his reputation into the wrong woman, which is why I continue to give y'all lessons into why it is important and incumbent on you as a young man to never do that. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. I appreciate you guys for always stopping by the channel, always showing love to your boy, always rocking with me. Shout out to today's sponsor, Aura. Get your private information off of these public websites. Aura is who I trust to do that. You do not want these scammers, these scrammers, and these hustlers getting access to your information to do nefarious things with it. Utilize my link down below to get 2 weeks free to at least see if your private information is out there, right? If it's been exposed. So go right now. Also, shout out to Poetic Flacco, who's been killing it on these content streets. Shout out, my brother. Keep on excelling, keep on grinding, keep on doing your thing. But anyway, I'm out of here. I love you guys. And until next time, peace.
So without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.